Part 1, The House on Willow Street. The storm raged on the night Sarah and Mike decided to explore the old house on Willow Street. Its dark silhouette loomed like a sinister sentinel, bathed in a sickly pallor beneath the thunderstruck sky. A curse was whispered to hang over it for generations, and few dared approach its decrepit threshold. As they pushed the creaking front door open, a fetid gust of air struck them, chilling their bones. The once elegant entrance hall was in ruin, with faded wallpaper peeling like dying skin. The air was suffocated by an unnerving silence that consumed their breath. The wooden floorboards seemed to moan beneath their feet. They ventured deeper into the house, their flashlights casting eerie, elongated shadows on the dilapidated walls. At the heart of the house, they stumbled upon an antique mirror, its glass stained and cracked. Sarah's reflection flickered and warped, revealing a ghastly face that was not her own. Panic seized her heart, and she tore her gaze from the unsettling reflection. In the darkness, they heard faint whispers, voices that should not exist. The sinister tales of this house echoed in their ears. They were not alone. "Who's there?" Mike called out, his voice trembling. A spine-chilling whisper replied, "We've been waiting for you." Sarah and Mike fled from the house, but the whispers pursued them. The night was haunted, and they had awakened something that should have never been disturbed. Part 2, The Shadows of Hollow Manor. Hollow Manor had long been abandoned, left to decay beneath the weight of its grim history. The townspeople avoided it, for they believed the manor was cursed by the spirit of its former owner, Lord Mortimer. As Maria and Daniel ventured into the manor's overgrown garden, the moon cast elongated shadows, and the crickets fell silent in their presence. Maria's heart raced as they pushed open the grand doors, revealing a grand foyer cloaked in darkness. A faint glimmer drew them deeper into the manor. They entered a room bathed in an eerie, otherworldly light, and in the center, they saw a tarnished silver locket. Maria picked it up, feeling a rush of icy dread as she clasped it in her hand. The locket seemed to pull them further into the heart of Hollow Manor. They descended into the basement, where the air grew frigid and filled with anguish. There, in the flickering candlelight, they saw the shadows of tormented souls trapped within the walls. Whispers filled the chamber. "Release us," they pleaded, their voices a chorus of misery. Maria and Daniel realized the locket was a vessel, a conduit for the spirits to communicate with the living. They released the trapped souls and fled the manor, but the memories of those pitiful whispers haunted them for the rest of their lives. Part 3, The Phantom of Ravenswood House. Ravenswood House stood on a cliff overlooking the turbulent sea, its facade a grotesque parody of grandeur. It was said to be haunted by the ghost of Lady Evelyn, a woman who had perished on her wedding night. Emma and James had always been drawn to the mysterious allure of Ravenswood House. They arrived one moonless night, driven by a fascination with the unknown. The moment they entered the house, they felt the oppressive weight of Lady Evelyn's presence. In the bedroom, they found a dusty, ornate wedding dress draped over a chair. As Emma ran her fingers over the lace, a chilling gust of wind sent the dress billowing. The room was plunged into darkness, and when the candles were relit, Lady Evelyn stood before them in her wedding attire, her eyes hollow and accusing. She beckoned them to the window, and as they gazed out, they saw a phantom ship sailing through the tempestuous waves, a vessel of the dead. Lady Evelyn's story unfolded before their eyes, a tale of betrayal and eternal sorrow. Desperate to escape, they descended the creaking staircase, pursued by Lady Evelyn's anguished cries. As they crossed the threshold, a storm unlike any other raged, tearing Ravenswood House from the cliff, sending it plummeting into the sea. Emma and James survived, but they carried with them the haunted memories of Lady Evelyn's tragic fate, a constant reminder of the restless spirits that dwelled in the cursed house on the cliff. These three haunted house horror stories reveal the chilling truth that sometimes, the past refuses to remain buried. They serve as a stark reminder that the line between the living and the dead is often thinner than we dare to imagine.